Today I just want to share some quotes from one of my new favorite spirituality books. This is called The Spirituality of Imperfection, Storytelling and the Search for Meaning by Ernest Kutz and Catherine Ketchman. One of the things that I've recognized in this time of change, if you will, and mostly sitting at home, is that I have been so conditioned to not waste time or be productive with every moment of my day, and that's not exactly what we can do right now. So in thinking about that, I found this quote: "The modern mind, so enthralled by technique, so oriented to efficient production and the quote-unquote bottom line results, so obsessed with the comfort and predictability, approaches the concept of pilgrimage with wariness and puzzlement. Why backtrack and sidestep when you can march straight ahead?" Part of this is recognizing that one is not in control as much as we would like. Brings me to this next thought. At certain moments in our lives, in fact, it seems that the most fundamental choice each of us has is between fighting ourselves and laughing at ourselves. Hope is born while facing the unknown and discovering that one is not alone. And that brings me to the chapter on community, of which I'm going to share the most quotes. Martina Horner said, "To feel quote-unquote less alone is, without a doubt, an ultimate quest of all life. Yet perhaps never before has loneliness been so widespread as it is today." Spirituality is nurtured in community, the oneness with others that springs from shared vision and shared goal, shared memory and shared hope. Rather than asking why we need community, it may be more important to ask how we need others. Human beings need each other precisely in relationships of mutuality. Mutuality involves not just give or get, nor even give and get. In relationships of mutuality, we give by getting and get by giving, recognizing that we truly gain what we seek to give and that we are able to give only that which we are seeking to gain. Here's a quote from one of the stories that Vayner suggests how mutuality heals. "Because he is so broken, in some way we can allow him to reveal our brokenness without getting angry. He is so broken that I am allowed to look at my own brokenness without being ashamed." It's one of my favorite quotes in the book. "He is so broken that I am allowed to look at my own brokenness without being ashamed." Healing happens only in a community of love, but he quickly goes on to insist, the community of love in which that healing occurs is both earthly and earthy. This is not a place of angels and refined spirits filled with sweetness and light and heavenly bliss, but a very painful place, a place of grieving, a place of loss, a place of death. Community is the realization that evil is inside, Vayner says, not only inside my community, but inside me. The key to community is the discovery that we are all looking for, but we find what we are looking for only by being looked for. One thing to think about today: with whom do we choose to identify? And finally, one more quote. But community requires more than the sharing of stories. True community requires the discovery of a story that is shared. People sharing their separate stories, no matter how similar those stories may be, is not the same as a shared story. Right now, we are creating a shared story in a time of distress and struggle and loneliness. Think of who is in your community and who you may be forgetting, and reach out to them in whatever way you can, whether that's just a silent prayer or a phone call. Remember that we need community, not just today, but every day.